I'm Kara, and welcome to Soul Inspiring Business. I believe that all of us possess unique gifts and talents that allow us to serve the world and our own growth in the highest possible way. Our lives are an expression of our thoughts, beliefs, and actions. And here, we will explore businesses, thought leaders, and topics designed to inspire, helping propel your own growth so you can live your best and most purposeful life. Welcome to Soul Inspiring Business. Welcome back to the Soul Inspiring Business podcast. I'm your host, Kara Chaffin Donofrio, and today is a solo show. And today we're really just talking about getting you into a place and an energy of empowerment versus victimhood. And it's going to be a short, quick episode, but I wanted to just challenge you or invite you to consider how the language, how you're showing up every day can be how to put you in a place of empowerment versus disempowerment. And it's interesting because when I think about, one of my personal biggest pet peeves, it is victimhood. Oh, if there's one thing that is just, it's really hard. I can be around most people. I love being around people. I get energy from being around other people. But one of the most draining things is when I'm around people that are in victim mode. It's really hard for me to deal with this type of person. I don't know if you can relate with this. But sometimes I think we get into this place and we don't even realize we're getting into this place or this state. And so, again, today is just to invite you to look at things differently. Now, if you've been listening to the show for a while, you know that I'm a big believer in the fact that you are creating your reality in every moment, and you have the ability to create and co-create more of what you want and more of what you want to see. And there's a few ways, I was actually just teaching a workshop the other day, and it was a real honor. A friend of mine had invited me to meet with her team and talk to them a little bit about, as they looked at their growth plans for 2025, help them and give them some ideas for how to look at things and how to look at their own growth and what they wanted to create in different areas of their life. And so, I really believe that sometimes, even when we're well-intended and we know all of this, we can self-sabotage through the way that we say things, either to ourselves or other people. And another thing that I have talked about on this show a lot, so you might have heard this before too, is that I believe that the way you show up in the world, it's a lot more than mindset. It's actually the energy that you bring to everything that you do. It's the energy that you are showing up to your kids with, your clients with, your family with. And our energy is just so important to protect and honor at all times, because it really does have it's impacting other people in every moment. It's impacting the people that are drawn to you and the people that are drawn away or move away from you just by how you show up. So I was giving this example in this workshop. We were talking about, if you're, showing up to how you show up to a meeting, right? People can feel and sense your energy in that moment. And even though you may not be vocalizing a feeling of disempowerment, people can feel that by your energy and how you show up. So today is intended to just shift you into thinking of how I can show up in a more empowered way. How can I show up to every moment from a place of, empowerment and co-creating, and not that things are being done to me, but that I am actually part of this breathing world and am co-creating what's unfolding for me in every moment. One of the interesting things that I think a lot of us do unknowingly is we have this, and I've actually found myself saying it sometimes, this idea of, oh, I can't do that, right? So when you say I cannot, versus I won't do that, right? So I can't do that almost puts you in a place, and I never really thought of it this way until, a few years ago. But, when you say I can't, it just means I cannot. I'm not going to, right? Or, oh no, I can't do that, right? It puts you in a place of victimhood in some ways. Or this thing that, oh, well, I'm not making the choice to decide whether to do something or not. I just can't, right? Versus I won't is a much more conscious decision. It's putting you in a place of more empowerment. So if somebody says to you, well, um, you know, invites you to something, right? And you say, oh, I can't make it. It's really actually, you could make it to that thing, but you're just choosing not to because you have something else that's more important. You won't make that a priority because you're making something else a priority. So it's idea of, I can't versus I won't. And I won't, I think when we can make that conscious choice, it helps us discern what choices we're saying yes to and no to from a more empowered place. The other thing that I think we can get caught into is this idea of, oh, I have to do this or I have to do that. And I would say you actually don't have to do anything. Nobody's forcing you to do anything. You are choosing one thing over another. So even when it's the idea of maybe you're, oh, I have to take my kids to whatever it is. I get to take my kids here. I'm choosing to take my kids here. Or, oh, I have to meet with this client. No, you don't have to. You are choosing to meet with that client. I get to meet with that client and or that opportunity. And so I think changing these simple language patterns can really put us in a mindset and a framework for what am I choosing and what am I not choosing. And this can apply to all aspects of life. But this is the idea that, you know what, you're an empowered, amazing gift of a person. And you get to choose the things that come into your world and don't come into your world. You get to choose the things that you allow to affect you. So, I often say, like, even when somebody gets really angry with you about something, or, their reaction doesn't have to be your reality. And this idea that maybe they're rightly angry for you. Maybe you did something, right? Take accountability. But also, you get to then choose how you respond. And I think that in every moment, again, we're choosing how to feel, how to respond to things, how to react. And somebody's not making you angry, right? They may do something that causes you anger, but then you're actually choosing the response. They may do something that you perceive to be wrong, but at the end of the day, you get to choose how you react to that thing. I won't get into a political discussion, but I think that even in this, world of just hypersensitivity, we're hypersensitive to labels and to this and to that, and get so reactive. And I think it's really a lesson in coming back to, in some ways, neutrality. And that doesn't mean that you don't have opinions and you don't have beliefs and you can't, voice those things, but doing it from a place of compassion. And, I was just with somebody the other day and we were talking about just how heated and divisive things can get, but approaching it from a place of, you know what, like, I may not agree with you, but I see you. And and help me understand where you're coming from, and not, going to these labels, or now, I'm a victim, I'm so downtrodden, I'm this. No. You're choosing to feel that way. You can choose differently. It's a choice. Everything in life, the way you react, the feelings, the emotions, they are not you. They're a choice. You're choosing into those things. You're choosing what to react to. And also, if you can identify that feelings, emotions, the mind are actually not the soul of you, they're really not. What they're actually meant to do is to guide you. I look at emotions actually as a barometer for, am I on track or am I not on track? If I have enough really good days, right? If more of my days are good and I feel good and joyful and on purpose than not, then that's probably a good barometer that I'm on the right track. But if more of my days are filled with anger, depression, sadness, then that is a barometer. That is a something that's telling you, you know what, maybe if I'm spending more of my days in this place versus the place I really want to be, then how can I learn from that? What can I do to start to put myself in a better feeling place and make choices that are going to get me to a better feeling place? Because now I know the feelings, the barometer of what I don't want. So how do I choose more of what I want? Again, everything's a choice, and we get to decide in every moment how we choose to respond to things. And the people that we choose to have into our life, the way we're going to react to the things that people say, we can choose to get angry. We can choose to respond in love and compassion and empathy. And also, by the way, doesn't mean you have to stay with that person. If somebody is constantly irritating you, then maybe the choice is, I think I'm going to choose to spend my time with people that lift me up and give me more joy versus spending time with people that don't. And again, without the knowledge and without the barometer of what is feeling good and feeling bad, we may not know what choices are better for us or worse. So, choose better feeling things. Choose to be around people that naturally lift you up. Choose to surround yourself with media and with inspirational books and podcasts and things that lift you into a higher feeling place. Because I can tell you, when you're in a higher feeling place, you're going to attract more synchronicity. You're going to attract more opportunities because you're going to be lifted into a higher frequency, which will allow you to attract in more better feeling things. So that's what I have for you today, to leave you in a place of possibility, to just invite you to look at the things that you're surrounding yourself with, and maybe look at what are the ways that I'm speaking to myself? What is my self-talk? How am I saying things to others? I can't versus I won't. I have to versus I get to. So watch the language patterns that are unfolding before you. Watch for situations that lift you up versus take you down, and make some choices on how can I continue to lift myself into better feeling places, because I know that, as I've mentioned before on the podcast, authenticity is 4,000 times more powerful than love. So as you unfold and vibe into your higher feeling places, your place where you feel the most you, the place where you're feeling the most comfortable, the place where you're just in a flow state, you're going to naturally be more impactful, more inspirational, feel better. And isn't that the whole idea, right? So with that, I wish you a beautiful week. And until next time. Loved being here with you today and would love to connect with you more over on Instagram. My handle is linked to the show notes, or you can just type in @Kara Chaffin Donofrio. And I have something special for you as a free gift, my dynamic life journal. This special book has the power to really help you live a soul-inspired life. Go to freegiftfromkara.com. Easy to remember, freegiftfromkara.com. Until next time, beautiful people, sending all my love.